Hi, and welcome to Jules Voto's Photo Focus. The focus in this video is on Nikon's 3.40 firmware upgrade for the Nikon Z6 and Z7. And also I want to give you my first impressions on the Nikon Z9. Now I haven't actually handled the Z9, but I've read a lot about it. I've watched a lot of videos, so I just want to give you my brief impressions on that. So let's start with the Z9. I am very impressed, not just with the specifications. It was kind of teased for a while, and I think it really brings Nikon right up to the top once again. But the thing that I'm really amazed at is the price. I expected this camera to sell for $6,500 to $7,000, and when I read that it was $5,500, I thought that was just great. I mean, the D6 is $6,500, and this does everything that that camera does and more in a slightly smaller and slightly lighter package. So I think Nikon has once again, I think, surprised a lot of people. You know, there were many people who predicted the demise of Nikon, but I think now with the Z9, they're right back in the competition with Sony and Canon in the mirrorless world. And I think that's good for us. I think competition is good for those of us who actually use these cameras. You know, I'm sure Canon and Sony in the future are going to come out with something else, and then Nikon's going to try to match them, and then that's good for us because we keep getting better cameras that way. And I can't wait to get my hands on a Z9. I mean, it's got everything and more that I could ask for in a camera. I don't shoot a lot of action, and it seems like it's going to be a tremendous action camera. But when I do, I would really appreciate the features, the speed, the fantastic autofocus that this camera seems to have. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about something that I was really surprised at. A few weeks ago, Nikon came out with a firmware upgrade for the Z6 and the Z7. And I never expected that. I never expected the improvements to the eye focus that were introduced with this firmware upgrade. I am really impressed. I upgraded both my Z6 and Z7, and it now picks up an eye way across the room. I think I went as far as 20 feet away with an 85mm lens, and it immediately picked up the eye. And if the subject was moving or I was moving, it stayed on that eye. And this is not in a low light situation, a situation that required an exposure of 2.8 at a 60th of a second at an ISO, I believe it was around 800. So it wasn't exactly a super bright room. So I imagine outdoors it's going to work even better. Previously, it didn't pick up the eye at that distance. It may pick up the face at that distance with the previous firmware, but now it picks up that eye. And even with the 50mm lens, actually with the zoom set to 50mm, it picked up the eye at about 15 to 20 feet away as well. So I'm very, very impressed with this firmware upgrade. It's not something I expected for a 3-year-old camera, especially since Nikon introduced the Z6 II and Z7 II with better autofocus. But I was thinking of upgrading to one of those cameras, most likely a Z6 II, but I don't know that I need that now with this, what I consider major upgrade to the Nikon Z6. So the other thing I want to say is I hope those people who were bashing Nikon for a while and who switched to Sony, you know, I hope they come back. But if the Sony is working for them, that's great. I mean, let's face it, the camera isn't the most important thing, the photographer is. And if you are getting the results that you like with your Sony or your Canon or your Nikon, you know, just stick with that brand. But if you're new and you're undecided where to go, Sony, Canon, or Nikon, I think, especially if you aspire to be a professional, especially if you like to shoot sports, wildlife, seems to me that Nikon Z9 is a fantastic camera. And so far, all of the Z lenses seem to be fantastic. So I'm glad I stayed. I never considered switching. But now that Z9 will be becoming available in December, hopefully next year I will pick one up. So you will be watching this video. Video will be coming out on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be coming out with a new video every Wednesday morning. So see you then.